We're live.
Yo.
Episode number 15. We record in video, we record in audio. We're going to get this shit done. And we're time crunching it because this is take 2 on episode 15. Last night did not go as we planned. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of blaze through this one. So I do apologize for the... you can hear that turn off. I do apologize for the less enthusiastic, just kind of blazing through everything, because there was a lot of cards to cover. We had Dana White's Contender Series 19, we had PFL Week 4, we had Bellator 224, LFA 71, and we had UFC Sacramento. So we had a lot of shit going on.
There's too much shit, man.
But I'll tell you what, I'm glad that the test, or that the episode failed yesterday, because now I got you in house, baby. I got you in house. And we know what we need to do when you're in your house and I'm in my house. So we know the plan.
Now we know what to do.
we have the plan, we have the angles, we have everything. It's just a matter of now we have to wait for the next time. So, which it'll be soon. So you'll see what the fuck we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
But let's go ahead and talk about Dana White's Contender Series here. Every single winner on Dana White's Contender Series 19 gets a contract.
All 5?
All 5.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna sound surprised. We're gonna sound surprised, even though we already talked about this yesterday. But we're doing it for you. Okay? Yeah, so Joe Selecki, Antonio Tricoli, Hunter Azure, Maki Pitolo, and Jonathan Pierce. I didn't butcher them like I did yesterday. See, I've had practice.
And that was your guy. He only had, he won by decision, right?
He's the only one that won by decision, and guess what?
Still
got his contract. So,
nice.
As I fly out of frame here, yeah, so this was actually the first time in the Contender Series history, just short history. I think this is like, what, season 2, season 3?
Mm-hmm.
It might even just be season 2. Anyways, this is the first time where all 5 guys, count 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Well, they all got the contracts. And so this kind of, just again, means that you don't have to win, via, knockout or submission to get a contract. He wants killers that are at least looking for the finish. Even if they don't get it, they can still get contracts here.
Yeah.
So, Azure, I believe, trains at the lab, as well as recent guest Magic Mike Hamill. Shout out to you, Magic Mike. Gonna be on here. But, Azure gets it done, unanimous decision, and he's pretty fucking dominant. So, other finishes on the card, you had Pitolo and Pierce getting TKOs, and you had a couple submissions in the last 2 fights. Neck crank, which you don't really see a whole lot too often. Usually they sink in under the neck or they just give up. Tricoli, nah. He says, I'm gonna rip your face off. And, oh, I love that movie. Take his face. See anything you like? Johnny would appreciate that. So, falling out of frame again, he takes the neck crank, and Berg, I believe is his name, can't hang, so he taps. And then you had somebody go night-night.
Someone needed a pillow, huh?
Yeah, Jesse Wallace, unable to stay awake.
Wow. Seems like we had a lot of those
this weekend.
Yeah,
we had a lot of that. So that is your Dana White's Contender Series 19. 5 contracts given out, and 5 pretty badass fights. I really enjoyed myself, and that's on a Tuesday. We got MMA on. I don't know how to say Tuesday with my hand, so I'm just gonna say we got it on a Tuesday. So
Tuesday. I don't know.
What is this?
I meant to do this, and my fingers.
Time out. Wiener. All right, moving on, because I don't want to talk about winners all night.
Next.
We can talk about winners all night, though. Okay, and winners in the PFL format, okay, they run like a tournament style. They hate calling it a tournament, okay? Don't you dare call it a tournament because it's a format, okay? But it's a tournament style format, and they accumulate points throughout this, what would you call this, preseason? The regular season, and then it's the playoffs.
Yeah, it's the regular season, then it's the playoffs.
Okay, so these guys are fighting for points to get into the playoffs, and they're all seeded, right? Mm-hmm. So I believe, before any of these fights took place, you had in the top of the men's division, I think it was Sadahusai had the #1 seed in the men's welterweight division, and in the women's lightweight, these are 155-pound girls. Okay, so this is a weight class above Cyborg, which is fucking scary. It's fucking scary.
That is kind of scary.
Okay, but these girls are fighting at lightweight, and in the top of that division, you had Sarah Kaufman.
Yep.
Yeah, Sarah Kaufman at the top. So not PFL's golden child in Kayla Harrison. Okay. So let's go ahead and go over the women first. Okay, you had Jenna Fabian defeat Moriel Charneski. That was a TKO. You had Larissa Pacheco defeat Bobby Joe. Help me out here.
I want to say it's Dial.
Dial.
Yep.
Okay, I remember now. I forgot, but now I remember.
Not Dalziel, it's Dial.
It's Dalziel. Anyways, Larissa Pacheco gets the armbar there in round 1, so she gets 6 points. Jenna Fabian also got the 6 points for the knockout. And then Sarah Kaufman's fight was canceled. Her opponent missed weight, so she automatically got 3 points. And that bumped her up I think she was already #1, wasn't she?
Well, she actually had the opportunity to fight, but she outweighed the pros and cons of fighting and not fighting. So even though she didn't fight, she was still able to keep her #1 seed and not have to fight and stay healthy.
Okay, sorry, you were a little loud in my ears. Was I a little loud in yours too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there we go. We're doing shit on the fly here. So yeah, she opted not to fight. She gets the 3 points, and keeps her #1 seed, right? Kayla Harrison had the opportunity to overtake that with a finish in, I think it was like.
Yeah, it was like 4-22 or 3-22 or something.
Of the first round, right? She had to do it in the first round. Okay, she was unable to do so. Again, it still says round 10 here. We're operating off of somebody else's. You don't have the time, do you? Let's start, make a note, let's start tracking that. So in the event that they get the round or the time wrong, we know what we do here. Because we're trying to give you accurate information. Sometimes a fat finger gets through, and I'm not talking about this one.
I got fat sausage fingers.
Oh shit. So, Kayla Harrison gets it done. I think it's round 1. Ultimately getting the 2nd seed, and this turns into, you have 4 women left in that division. Kayla Harrison, basically all the winners tonight. Kayla Harrison, Larissa Pacheco, Jenna Fabian, and of course Sarah Kaufman. That is your 4 women's advancing into the playoffs of the women's division at 155 pounds. And then in the men's division, the welterweights, they fought tonight. Okay, so you had David Machado. This boy trains at the lab.
Yeah.
That's an Arizona boy.
Dude, and he looked like it. Some of the Arizona boys that I've seen fight, dude, looks
they just have that look.
Yeah.
They just have a certain look to them.
You could probably call it a certain swag.
Ooh.
Using fancy words over here.
Yeah. So Machado comes in here and gets done in round 1. He picks himself up 6 points. Gets on the fucking board, and he's going to the playoffs. So Arizona, we repping hard. Okay? That was hard. I don't know if you can understand that. That's hard. Yeah. TKO round 1.
Well, I mean, it started off, pretty, even fight back and forth.
Yeah.
They were both trading blows. Apparently, both of the guys throwing kicks. Henderson throwing that body kick, and David throwing those calf kicks. Those things looked like they were fucking stinging.
They were hurting.
Oh yeah, it was hurting me. I was holding my leg. I was going, "Oh, stop it, please."
But ultimately, Henderson advances forward, right, and he gets David Machado up against the cage. To which David says, "Fuck you. How about a knuckle sandwich?" Gives it to him straight to the dome piece.
It was
and
flush.
yeah, takes over. You smell that? I smell something. They're cooking.
I smell food.
Sorry, you can't smell it. You can only see.
I don't. Well, you can probably tell in the video now, but Crazy J don't need no more food, but I will always partake.
Yeah, I'm not quite as big, but I always partake as well. So we have a couple foodies in here. Got him in the crucifix after he laid him out with a punch, and it was accumulation of punches there that got the job done. So congratulations to the Bulldog, advancing to the playoffs. Glycal Franca, he defeated Saad Busai via third round TKO. Another one of those fights where it was an accumulation of punches. It wasn't, you know, the power or anything that was, you know, not there. It was just
take like 10 straight shots to the dome piece. Yeah, someone's gonna stop it.
Okay, and then in a fight that I think this fight pretty much like almost didn't matter. João Zeferino taking a decision from Bohan Veličković. Did I do that one okay? Veličković?
Yep.
Looks like it, right?
Yeah.
He gets the decision there, but came in late to the format. Oh shit, 808. Comes into the format late, so he was only able to net 3 points, which wasn't enough to advance into the playoffs there.
Yeah.
John Howard, on the other hand, blasted a full Ray Cooper III, and this guy was, you know, probably one of the favorites to win season 2, because he did so well in season 3, kind of like an underdog. You know, just blazing through season 1 until he got Maga, and Maga kind of shut that shit down. Well, Ray Cooper had won his first fight, and John Howard said, "You're not winning your second one, if I have anything to say about it."
Yep.
He didn't say nothing, but he put that fool out.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words.
Dude, that was crazy. Go look at that fucking fight-ending sequence, and just check out the devastation from John Howard. What is his nickname? Do you have that? Doomsday? Because that is appropriate. I think it's Doomsday, and that is appropriate for that finish.
That's right, John Doomsday Howard.
See?
I was trying to find that name on Twitter, and I was like
808.
I found the 808, I didn't find his name.
Alright. And then in your main event here, Maga, as you know, we call him because we can't remember his entire name, but Maga. He takes a unanimous decision from Chris Curtis. You know, we've been trying to get Chris Curtis on the show, so hopefully we can figure that out. He's got some things he needs to work on, but still he advances into the playoffs, and I believe he gets the rematch here in October, so hopefully he can fix what was not working for him, which I think we narrowed it down to he was just giving Maga too much respect. Yeah.
Yeah, less talking, more action, more finishing what you start. Yeah. I mean, because once he started moving forward, putting that pressure on him, dude, Maga
started to wear. Yeah. Maga started to wear, but it was too little too late.
Tired, yeah.
It's too little too late. So let's shore that up. I'm Chris Curtis. He's a smart guy. He's intelligent. I think he did a little bit too much marketing and not enough, you know, paying attention to his opponent.
Yep.
You know, the guy's a stoic guy. So, but that's your PFL week 4. So I believe the next one is
LFA 70 own.
Okay.
Or did you want to?
Well, let's go over LFA because Bellator kind of snuck up on us. We was not ready. We was not ready for that one.
We weren't ready.
Yeah, no. I was able to catch a few of those fights, so at least the main card. And I know Leslie Smith did get a win in her Bellator. I believe it's a return. I don't think it was her debut because I think she fought for Bellator before moving over to Strikeforce. So we'll have to check that out. I guess I am the one manning the computer, so let me see if I can't figure that out real quick. So Jonathan. LFA 71. Talk to me about Chris Brown. Not Rihanna's Chris Brown.
Yeah, not Rihanna's Chris Brown, but he did get a KO.
Oh, how did he get it done?
It was fucking crazy.
That was a fun fight.
It was a very fun fight.
That was a very fun fight.
Chris Brown fought Yemi Adewale. It was kind of back and forth. It looked like they were both trying to counter each other. I believe Yemi was coming in with kicks, so every time he came in with a kick, Chris countered with the right. And then he ended up. Chris Brown even started throwing some crazy shit. He had a crazy high flying knee. Kind of sailed over Yemi.
Sail!
He sailed. And then it was just after that, it was just kind of all downhill for Yemi, and Chris Brown just mulled him over, and eventually hit him with a big head kick, and which is kind of awesome because of we are head kick audio.
That's right.
So
that's right.
To get that head kick knockout, that was pretty dope looking.
We love that shit. Okay, and then the rest of the action for LFA 71. This card featured some unanimous decisions, but they were barn burners of fights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we also had another technical submission. Ari Farias defeating Devontae Sewell via that technical submission.
Mm-hmm.
Homeboy went to sleep and it was scary. It was scary looking.
Yeah, he was not possessed. He was going night-night.
I will eat your heart. Okay, so I'll just go over a little bit of the results here. Robert Hale defeated Zach Fears in a 160-pound catchweight via unanimous decision. Tyler Ray defeated Pedro Paulino via unanimous decision, 30-26 across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think Pedro was ready. I don't think he was ready.
When you're grabbing the cage too, you're obviously not ready.
Gregory Rodriguez defeated Tanner Saraceno via unanimous decision. And so you got 30-25s in there. And I think that kind of, just goes to show you that this new system that they're working under with judging fights, like, we're going to see those a lot more. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty stoked about that. But it also probably makes a fighter feel like shit when they're like, man, I had 30-25s? Ouch.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, honestly, he didn't look like he deserved a 30-25. But, I mean...
He's a tough son of a bitch.
I would say at least 30-27s. Like, come on. He was, squeaking by, getting out of, like, all these crazy-looking submissions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can't really say, oh, he got dominated. Like,
but he did.
I mean, he did, but the fact to be able to escape all of those submission attempts,
This is true. And you also, like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but you have a soft spot for the losers.
I do, because I'm a loser.
No, you're not a loser. You're a fucking co-host of the best goddamn MMA podcast on planet Earth, HeadKick Audio. And that is not a shameless plug. That is just how we do.
That's right.
Okay. Hugh Pulley takes a split decision from DeMarcus Jackson. I didn't see this one as a split. I thought it was, pretty clear 2-1 on this, at least on my scorecards. So I'm not really sure what the judges were watching there. And then we had another split decision in the main event. Jason Jackson defeating Hermanson Salsa. I thought it was 2-2 going to the fifth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure you had it scored the same way, and we both gave the fifth round to Jason Jackson.
Yep.
So luckily the judges did not fuck this one up completely by awarding the wrong guy the belt.
Exactly.
Now, it's my understanding, if I'm remembering correctly, I could edit that out, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave this shit raw, okay? That Hermanson took this fight on short notice, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Pedro was also a guy that took it on short notice?
Yeah, I believe Salza was supposed to fight Tyler Ray, or no? Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, they were scrambling to fucking keep this card together.
They bumped him up, yeah.
But LFA kept their shit together.
Fuck
They
yeah,
don't
dude.
cancel cards because a fighter drops out last minute. They just find another fighter.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you want to fight? Yeah, all right, get your ass out of here.
Well, and it was a last minute a late replacement, and the fight was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just goes to show you, LFA, shout out to LFA, another shameless plug there. They're doing a fucking great job, man. They're doing a great job. This was Jackson's third professional title. I'm pretty sure he's going to walk funny for a little bit because he was taking some leg kicks, man.
Yeah, he was.
That was, ouch. That was hurting me. But overall, again, LFA, just a great fucking product. And they're taking next week off, but they're doing like an affliction thing. It's like the 11th anniversary, so check that out on Access TV Fights.
Is that what that's for?
Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked to watch that because that's fucking 11 years old. It's fucking cool. And some of those fighters still active today.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go ahead and move on from LFA, and we're gonna go ahead and go to Bellator 224, which I don't think you caught this one.
No.
I caught the main card because, like I said, it fucking snuck up on me. But real quick, we were talking about Leslie Smith. This was a Bellator return. She defeated Kerry Vera, lost to Kerry Vera via unanimous decision in 2009. So this was when Bellator, like, fucking barely got started. Okay? And let me just, bear with me here. Okay? I think we've got enough time to give Leslie Smith. We're going to give Leslie Smith her due here. Because listen to her opponents, okay, previous opponents. Raquel Pennington, okay, that's a former title challenger. She beat her. Sarah Kaufman, that is a former champion, and right now one of the top girls over at PFL. She lost a split decision there.
And an 808.
Yeah, and an 808. Jennifer Maya, she's got a unanimous decision over here. That, I believe Jennifer Maya, if I'm not mistaken, where is that telefono? Let me pull this up, because I believe we have a missed call. Well, I don't care. I believe Jennifer Maya is in the UFC and is supposed to be fighting. Let me see if I can do it right here real quick. Bear with me. Jonathan, clear the air of, all this silence. She lost to Barb Hancock. Hancock. Jesus Christ.
Learn to speak, man. What's going on here?
She's got a loss to Barb Hancock, right? Hancock. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. She's also, I didn't save it. Okay, well fuck you. She's got a win over Jessamine Duke. She fought for, she was in the Ultimate Fighter, and I believe she had a couple fights in the UFC. Where are we at with time on that thing? I think we're still good, yeah?
Yeah, I think we're still good.
You have to see our faces a little bit closer. She lost to Jessica Ai, recent title challenger. Okay, she lost to Chris Cyborg, former champ. Irene Aldana, who's doing pretty fucking good, she's got a win over her. Okay, and then her most recent win, okay, she exited the UFC on a 2-fight win streak, which is crazy. Okay, she's like the second fighter that I've seen get released on a decent win streak. The other one was Sage Northcutt, and we saw what happened to him. Well, Leslie Smith does the exact opposite. She goes and she gets a majority decision over Sinead Kavanaugh in Bellator this weekend. So, you got more than what we were originally planning. So, kudos to you, Leslie Smith. Ed Ruth, normally a wrestler, gets the job via knockout. Round 2, Juliana Vasquez, she defeated Christina Williams, knockout, round 2. Rafael Carvalho, that's the former middleweight champion, he lost his belt to Gegard Mousasi. He got a unanimous decision in a catchweight bout versus Chidi Njokwani. And this was a guy that I was telling you, kind of reminds me of like a Anthony Rumble Johnson or even like a Melvin Gillard 808. These guys, they haven't really found their weight class, so they just keep going up and up and up and up. The highest weight class that Rumble's fought for, heavyweight, beat Andrei Arlovsky, which is fucking crazy. Yeah. And Melvin Gillard, he most recently fought at middleweight, and he was a lightweight. So this is a trend that you see fighters doing, is just kind of going up in weight class, and sometimes it does, it pays dividends, like, your Anthony Pettis's and your Rocco Martins and your RDAs, and then sometimes it doesn't. Enter Melvin Gillard and Chidi Njokwani. You know what I mean? So I think they need to just find the appropriate weight class. I think Chidi's probably better suited for, like a 195. But they don't have that division yet. So Bellator, I mean, you could start a movement here.
in-betweeners.
Yeah, in Bellator 224's main event, we had Julia Budd, probably one of the best 45ers out there in the women's division, get a knockout over Olga Rubin. Now this was a body kick, and there was some follow-up knees and punches that got this shit done. But god damn it, if Julia Budd ain't a fucking monster. And she called out that Gabby Garcia, I believe is her name was. That's the girl I was telling you about yesterday, right? It's like 200 plus pounds over at Ryzen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck? That is, I mean, I'm gonna watch that shit. If they book it,
yeah.
I'm gonna watch that shit. Julia Budd, you got some balls, okay?
Because we're pausing something to watch that.
Yeah. And then, you know, she was saying that she come back to Bellator and defend her belt. So, I mean, you gotta imagine, I think Leslie Smith fought at 145. I believe that was the weight class that they were fighting at. So, I gotta imagine she's a name. She's on a 3-fight win streak.
And make it happen.
Yeah, I say that's probably likely what is next in Bellator. As far as Ryzen, Gabby Garcia, that's a scary human being. Not just a scary chick, that's a scary human being. Okay? Yeesh. So that's your Bellator 224. We're actually not doing too bad on time. Nice. Well, that's okay, because we're going to get to probably what everybody is most interested in, which is the UFC. Now, we are not just a UFC podcast, okay? We gave our love to Bellator, we gave our love to LFA, PFL, the Contender Series, you know what I mean? So, we're not just a UFC site, but we understand that this is probably what most of you guys watched. Casuals are mostly into UFC as opposed to like Bellator and all that shit. So, you know, your LFAs and your Bellators, they're gonna need love. But UFC puts out a lot of cards.
They do.
A lot of cards. They keep us busy. They keep us so fucking busy. So we had UFC on ESPN Plus 13 Brandame versus Lad, or UFC Sacramento, which is what we
Sacramento.
California. I said I wasn't gonna do it, so I'm not gonna do it this time. California. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go over the results, and there are some fighters that we're gonna give some love to, but for the most part, we're gonna kind of blaze through this because we are short on time. Jonathan is supposed to be home, and he's not. He's here with me. Thank you, Jonathan.
You're very welcome.
Anyway.
God, no, we love it doing that 808 shit. We don't mean to, but it's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, until we get like these crazy things where the microphones just come from the roof. I mean, they're gonna hear it. So Benito Lopez. Oh, by the way, real quick, this one I know I can pull up pretty fast. Let me just go over.
Was that the first fight of the night?
Yeah, Benito Lopez. So you didn't get to see this fight, but I did. You came on with Brianna Van Buren, so kudos to getting that shit under your belt. But we went, let's see, on our picks. I have them right here. You can also go to our Instagram, where we are not shy. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we gloat. I mean, it's as simple as that.
We take the L if we take the L, man.
But let's see, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, you can hear that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, we went 9 and 3 on this card, okay? So you can see it, we went 9 and 3, okay?
That's a winning record, man.
Yeah, we were wrong in the main event, I blame Herb Dean. We were wrong in the opener, I blame the judges, and then we were wrong with Hall Elkins. I blame the game plan. So we have excuses for all of our losses. I don't know about you, okay? But Benito Lopez takes a unanimous decision from Vince Morales, and I do not agree. I do not agree, and I was not the only one who did not agree. I believe our old buddy Dan Tom from MMA Junkie, check out his podcast, the Protect Your Neck podcast. Right? I think he was with me on this one. I thought Vince Morales had it 2-1, but you know they're in Cali. Benito from Cali. I think it was relatively close city-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So one can understand, and I believe that me and Dan Tom were synced mentally. So I think yeah, I'm going to go and leave it at that. Because we don't want to get weird. Or do we?
We'd like to get weird, but let's not make it weird today.
Okay, recent podcast alumni, and I'm just calling them alumni. They're a part of this. They are a fucking part of this. Brianna the Bull Van Buren just fucking dominating. Levine Sosa. You know what I mean? I mean, we get 808. We just give it. We give her the 808.
Give the 808.
She fucking deserved it, man. Dude, she looked like a world-class champion, making her debut. These are bright lights. This is a girl who was on a tear, and she fucking made it look easy. I think we kind of had a feeling this was going to happen, but for the rest of the world to see this take place, I don't know why I'm talking like this, but it's probably because
he was excited.
I am excited. Brianna looked fucking awesome, man.
She did. You know, they don't call her the Bull for nothing, and man.
They should call her the fucking bully because, well, not quite, because she did put that girl down ever so gently.
Yeah, oh, dude, I'm going to be talking about this probably till the end of fucking time just because it's so memorable. Normally when you see people get the double leg, go for a takedown, they pick them up and just fucking slam them. Like, they want to cause harm. Brianna was like, I'm going to pick you up, but I'm going to put you down ever so gently. So that way, when you get down, just pop, 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 pop. And that's what happened.
Yeah. Excuse me. That's for you. She just looked absolutely flawless. Even when she took a couple shots, she just fucking smiled. She was having a blast. She was doing what a fighter should do. Win and smile. Have fun. Just fucking do the damn thing.
Do you think she might watch Drew Dober fight?
I don't know. Maybe there's a correlation there. Drew Dober. Badass dude. And
smiles when he fights.
Can't stop smiling. Oh my goodness. Even in a loss, can't stop smiling. So props to Brianna Van Buren. The Bull getting it done here. Unanimous decision. 30-27's across the board. Calls out a top 10 opponent, and she wants to fight in San Francisco, which is right around the corner. I'm thinking UFC probably paid attention to this chick. She ran through a tournament in Invicta, Phoenix Rising. Check that shit out. It's on Fight Pass. And then she takes care of her opponent in her debut as if, you know, she'd been doing this her entire fucking life at the highest level.
She looks super flawless, man.
Okay, we gotta move on because we're hugging her nuts a little bit too hard. Jonathan Martinez getting the fucking knockout with this beautiful ass knee versus Liu Pingguan. Pingguan?
Liu Pingguan.
Liu Pingguan. Yeah, it was a pretty sexy knee.
Yeah, oh dude, straight up knee to face. No.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Okay, Jonathan Martinez kind of coming out of nowhere with that shit. I believe it was a pretty fucking close fight, and somebody needed to take the win.
Yeah.
And Jonathan said, "Mine."
Yeah, because I had about 1-1.
Heading into the third.
Yeah, just someone needed to do something, and
you got to put a stamp on these things. You got to put a stamp or a knee on it, I guess. And Jonathan did that. He did that. So I expect a higher placement on his next fight. So I'm pretty stoked to see that guy again. And that's what it takes. It takes these finishes, these exciting, you know, fights, and, you know, the call outs and this and that. You know what I mean? Which I do believe he did have a call out. I just don't remember who.
Yeah, I don't remember who.
I don't remember who, but he does.
I'll start making sure that I make notes of that.
Yeah. See,
because I like to take notes just because I'm a very forgetful person.
Oh, can you see that? Can they see that?
So yeah,
they can.
I take a shit ton of notes. So I try not to forget anything, but I'll add that to my notage.
See, he is the encyclopedia. I am just the face and voice. And the 808. Ryan Hall takes a unanimous decision over Darren Elkins. This fight was as exciting as it was boring. There was flashes of brilliance there, but ultimately Darren Elkins doesn't give gave too much respect to Ryan Hall's ground game, and it cost him.
You know what? I just realized Ryan Hall looked like, I don't know how long it's been since you played a video game, but when
Shit, forever.
but in my favorite game, God of War.
Show him.
Like,
show him.
Back in the
Wrong arm. Wrong way.
Wrong way. There we go.
No, they couldn't see it.
Yeah, they probably can't see
Yeah,
it.
they can't see
I'll get a better shot next time. But in one of the older games, you could hit the right analog stick and you would roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what he fucking looked like the entire fight. Like someone was hitting the fucking analog stick and he's, oh.
We can make the transition from MMA to video games probably a lot better than the UFC game. So, suck on that.
I don't know what that was for.
Yeah, if they don't like it, you know what they can do. They can just fight me. Fight me. Juliana Pena, Nico Montano, they both come back from extended layoffs. One from Mujahid, one from...
Kind of retirement, maybe?
No, it wasn't retirement. I think it was quack quack. My own personal opinion, I think Nico Montano was ducking my fish.
Yeah.
When I say my fish, I name all my animals after UFC fighters. Well, just fighters in general, not UFC. They don't have to be UFC.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a Cowboy Cerrone in Cerrone. We have a Frankie Edgar in Frankie. We have Rory for Rory McDonald. We have a Chael for Chael P. Sonnen. And then a Valentina and a Joanna. And Joanna is definitely Joanna.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's a fucking mean fish. But she's fucking cute as hell. Anyway, I think she was ducking Valentina. And that's just my own personal assessment. You know, I don't think... Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. But that's just... I mean, you want to go to be a dietitian instead of a fighter, but you can't make weight. You're not making a whole lot of sense, Nico Montano. So get your shit together. Probably sounds like I'm talking a lot of shit, but because it sounds like I am.
Well, that would be like me weighing like 500 pounds and telling you gotta eat right if you want to make weight or if you want to be healthy.
She's the gym teacher.
Yes.
She's the fucking gym teacher.
Yes.
Because your gym teacher, I guarantee, was fat, and he was always telling you to push it.
Either fat or just a big old pervert. I don't know.
Yeah, that was probably poor wording there. Anyways, Juliana gets it done here. Unanimous decision. And then we get to touchy. We get a little touchy. Ooh. So we go from the PE teacher to touchy. We're connecting the dots here. Andre Fili getting it done in round 1 and looking ever so fine with his hands. That sounded like I was hitting on this dude. He looked good, man. He looked good. Shaman Moraes is, he's a fucking kickboxer. He's a Muay Thai guy. He's good with the hands and the feet and the elbows and the knees. Andre Fili said, I don't give a shit. He said, I don't give a shit. Put the full out.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome. Yep. He was doing this thing. Right?
He didn't quite pull an aspirin, but he was out.
Yeah, and Andre Fili kind of coming into his own here. I believe he's like 29 now. Eat some fucking pizza, will ya? I know he wanted it, so hopefully he got it. But really coming into his own, starting to fight. Like, okay, so we knew the guy was talented, but I think his mind wasn't quite there yet. I think they're both starting to fucking, you know, like, get closer to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to make things sound even weirder. But he gets it done with a beautiful knockout. I don't know where you go from here with Fili. I mean, I think you gotta go top 10. Not his ranking, but give the boy a test.
Yeah.
Give the boy a test. Give him a top 10 opponent.
Yeah, you gotta test that.
I'm saying he's got a fight style where you could put him up against that Zabit. He could go. He could fight Zabit. I think that would be a pretty fun fight. Jeremy Stevens. That'd be a pretty fun fight. Jose Aldo. Fucking. I'd watch any of these fights. But I'd like to see him fight somebody a little bit higher in the rankings there.
Yeah.
I think the dude kind of fucking deserves it.
Well, after putting on that performance, hell yeah.
So, yeah. in your preliminary main event is what we call it here at HeadKick Audio. This was, again, one of those fights that was fun when it was fun and not fun when it was not fun. John Allen defeats Mike Rodriguez via unanimous decision. 30-27, I did not see, but I did have it 2-1 for Allen. I don't know who the fuck saw every single round for Allen. That's just not true. That's just not true.
Yeah, because I gave the first round to Mike, and then
the second
2 and 3.
Yeah,
for,
2 and 3.
For John.
See, we were fucking we're connected. Don't do that. Don't do that. And the main card opener, you had Marvin, the Italian Dream, Vittori. I practiced that one all night. He defeated Cesar Fiera via unanimous decision, and then calls out Barricino. His balls are as big as Julia Budd's, I'll tell you that, because both those call-outs, scary as fuck. But we'll have to see how, Barricino, this is Paul Costa, if you don't know him by his nickname, he's fighting another scary dude. He's fighting, I know you.
Oh, okay.
What's his name?
God, I only know him by, I know you.
I know.
Oh.
It'll come back.
Yoel Romero.
Yoel Yomeo, as my wife likes to call him. We had a whole fucking thing, you guys should have been there. It was fucking great. But, so he's got a fight coming up there, so we'll see how that fucking plays out. After that, you had Carl Robertson defeating Wellington Turman via split decision. Pretty close fight there. Most of the fight taking place on the ground with Carl Robertson, exploding out of a couple positions there. Josh Emmett. That boy got some fucking hands. He's got some fucking power, and it was all on display.
Oh, yeah.
All on display. He puts out Mirsad Bektik in less than a round there. 4:25. Gets it done against a guy who I thought was going to be, the new face of the division. This dude's well-rounded as fuck. He can strike. He can fucking grapple. He can wrestle. He's good in the clinch. The dude's good everywhere. Just not when you get hit by Emmett. You get hit by Emmett, you're not good. You're not good anymore.
Yeah, it also...
At least for the night, anyway.
It also seems... I've never, trained to, hit anybody or whatever, but I always hear that...
Could you imagine if you did? You're a big guy. You would fucking do some damage.
Oh, these little meat fists here.
Meat fists.
Meat fists.
Your nickname would be the Butcher. Jonathan the Butcher Davis.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I can handle that. I always hear that, they train at, I guess, at, different, percentages, just go, a quarter,
Go 60%.
Yeah, stuff like that. Imagine going in there knowing you have to go full 100 in there. Because you've got to get that W. And you have to feel sorry for whoever's eating that at the other end.
Yeah, and Emmett can throw some fucking leather, man. And that's he's got scary power for a featherweight. You know what I mean? And he's up there in age. He's 34, so I think he's getting some of that old or grown man strength. You know what I mean? When you get to that, I believe he's probably in his prime right now, or at least at the tail end of it. So he's got to make a push. Okay, and this is the 45-pound division, so this is the same division as his boy Feely. And these guys both train at Team Alpha Male, which it was a good night for them. I think they went 4 wins out of 6 fights for that team.
And Emmett's also top 10.
Yes, sir. He came in the 10 in the world. Number 10. That was for Emmett. He deserved it. The California Kid. Bruv. The California Kid.
Dude, that was crazy.
Coming back from retirement, and he only needed 46 seconds. He got rocked, though. He got rocked. He was on wobbly legs there for a second.
Yeah.
But in vintage Uriah Faber fashion, he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. He's going to high mom, okay? He's going to high mom, and then he's going to win. The only times he doesn't win are against, the elite of the elite. Enter Dominic Cruz. Helen Morale, when he was in his heyday. You know what I mean? Yeah, sure, at the end of, pre-retirement, he lost to guys like Jimmy Rivera, who's, that guy was 20 and something. You know what I mean? The dude was, I think he only had 1 loss at the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a tough fight. He's lost to Frankie Edgar. Jesus Christ, you're talking about an all-time great there. You know what I mean? But, fucking dude, at 40, son of a bitch. I hope I look as good as Uriah Faber at 40.
You know what that...
I don't even look as good as Uriah Faber at 30. Jesus!
I mean, that's kind of my goal. Like, I'll probably never get to that weight class, like, fucking ever. But, you know, I want to be able to look as good as Uriah did. You know, a lot of people, you know, when they hit 40, you know, I mean, shit, even when they hit 30, you know, we decide to let ourselves go a little bit. But, no, he still training. It looks like he's still training and, you know, getting shit done. And, I mean, I liked how Ricky, you know, was bringing the pressure, but I think he was bringing too much pressure. And I think that's what did him in.
Yeah, and Uriah Faber's a guy that you kind of need to be in his face, but you gotta like manage the distance, because believe it or not, Faber can crack. He can crack. Okay, and this was actually his fastest finish. It was his fastest finish.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So let's talk about this main event. It was only 16 seconds long, so there's really not a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, it was kind of, it was disappointing.
Very.
I really disagree with the stoppage. I do think that Aspen Ladd was rocked. I really do think she was, but I think she was able to regain some of whatever the hell you regain after you get rocked, and I thought she was going for a single leg takedown, or to at least like grab the leg to kind of, you know, do something.
Yeah.
And just, oh nope, you're done. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, I know that's the ref's job to protect the fighter and all.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on.
Sorry, I was messaging Bina, because we're supposed to go on with him in like a minute. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, to basically, you know, I'm just in 100% agreement there. You know, I think Herb Dean fucked the dog on this one. I think it was pretty like shitty to call a fight like that. You know, especially everything that she went through. Do you really think that she went through that horrible fucking weight cut to have the fight stopped prematurely like that? Because whether Herb Dean, you know, knows or not, but that fight could have gone on. And do I think that Jermaine Durandamy is gonna fucking, you know, put her out? No, I don't. You know what I mean? I think she knocks her down to the ground and she's gonna let her back up. You know what I mean?
Try to keep it standing.
Yeah, she's gonna keep it standing. She's a world-class striker. She's not gonna sit there and play on the ground with Aspen Ladd, because all she's gotta do is turn the tide, and then Randamy's fucked. You know what I mean? The top game of Aspen Ladd is fucking one of the scariest in the women's bantamweight division. Okay? Now, the weight cut, let's talk about that for a second, because that's all we have here. This might be a move up to featherweight type deal. You know what I mean?
I think so.
And I do, and I think because that division is so shallow. Okay, so you're fighting at 135, you were eventually going to have to fight Amanda Nunes anyway.
Yeah.
Move up to 45 and just fight Amanda Nunes. You were going to have to fight her anyway. Do it at a weight that's better for you. Amanda Nunes, yes, she struggles to make weight, but she makes it. She almost didn't, and she's missed weight before. So it's time to move up.
It looked like she almost fucking like died. Like it was looking really bad. Like she was shaking and all kinds of shit. They were giving her water, trying to get her hydrated, and just so that way she could make weight. And I'm like, damn. Like, I know trying to cut weight is super hard. I mean, it's fucking hard for me. I mean, imagine someone, you know, that's disciplined trying to do it, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, just to see that.
She's an active girl.
And it's
so,
like, wow.
Yeah. So, I just asked Raymond if he could give us a couple minutes so we can finish up here. That was UFC Sacramento. Your performance bonuses go to Uriah Faber, Josh Emmett, Andre Feely. He got touchy with that money.
That's right.
And then, Jonathan, right? Jonathan Rodriguez? Martinez?
No, Martinez, yeah.
Martinez. Okay, so those are your performance bonuses. They all net 50 G's.
In their pockets.
But that's going to do it for us here. So thank you guys for listening. Hit us up on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can leave comments here on this video. Subscribe to this channel. We're trying to do things a little bit better for you. We're dropping some dough on this shit. So hopefully it takes off so we don't just seem like we're a couple of losers talking to a fucking camera that ain't nobody gonna watch. But we loved you anyway.